Hey guys, it's me Walter. Sorry that it took Amy so long to make this video, I blame her procrastination. Anyways, before the video starts I would like to remind you about something that all YouTubers use, the copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Amy, you can't avoid this video forever. There's 2 other videos about this manga, you're not fucking special. Look, if you don't make this video, how will you move on to the other videos you have to make? That's the spirit. Alright, commencing teleportation.
Well, this was an interesting way to start the video. This video is technically my 3rd time talking about anime, as the first time I talked about anime, I was talking about The Promised Neverland Season 2, I was reacting to the trailer for the new season, and the second time I talked about anime / anything related to anime at all, was Yuri on Ice's movie being cancelled. In that video, I dived into the history of Yuri on Ice and explained the history of the movie and why it got cancelled. This video is my 3rd attempt at talking about anime. I say 3rd attempt because in the past I've wanted to talk about anime, but I was kind of scared of getting copyright claimed and stuff like that. But luckily I won't because I'm talking about a manga that doesn't have an anime at all. What's the manga I'm talking about? Shirori's Experience. Before diving into the history of Shirori's Experience as well as talking about the 27 Club, it's important to note that there are 2 other videos about Shirori's Experience, one by Paper Dawn called The Artistic Genius of Shirori's Experience, and the other one by Zayda, the Forward Thinker, from Why Shirori's Experience is My Favorite Manga. I bring those videos up because 1, they're probably going to be longer than this video, it really depends on the editing and stuff, and 2, they probably have more information than this video, as this is my first time learning about Shirori's Experience, and I'll explain why this is my first time learning about Shirori's Experience. I found out about Shirori's Experience quite a while ago. When I first got into Foo Fighters and Nirvana, I noticed this weird drawing of Kurt Cobain in like a manga anime style, and I was very confused about that. And then I saw one with Jimmy, but then I saw one with Kurt and Jimmy together, and I was like, whoa, this is kind of weird. Did someone make this? Little did I know, though, it was actually from a manga called Shirori's Experience. Now, on a more serious note, in order for me to talk about Shirori's Experience, I need to quickly talk about the 27 Club. When Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and Jim Morrison all died at the age of 27 between 1969 and 1971, the coincidence gave rise to some comment. But, according to Hendrix and Kurt Cobain's biographer, Charles R. Cross, it wasn't until Kurt took his own life in 1994 that the idea of the 27 Club arrived in the popular, zeitgeists. I don't know what that word means.
Zeitgeist is a word that comes straight from German. Zeit means time, and Geist means spirit, and the spirit of the time is what's going on culturally, religiously, or intellectually during a certain period. Think about how something like Woodstock symbolized the 1960s. Woodstock was part of the zeitgeist of the 1960s. Whatever seems particular to or symbolic of a certain time is likely part of its zeitgeist.
Charles R. Cross claims that the launch of the club concept can be traced to the growing influence of the internet and sensational celebrity journalism on popular culture in the years following Kurt Cobain's death, as well as media interpretations of a statement by Kurt Cobain's mother, Wendy Cobain, I'm just gonna say Wendy Cobain. I don't know why Wikipedia's giving me a long thing. Apparently, Wendy said that now he's gone and joined that stupid club. I told him not to join that stupid club. Many contemporary journalists interpreted her words as referring to the infamous, untimely deaths of fellow rock musicians like Hendrix, Joplin, and Morrison, a view shared by Cross and R. Gary Patterson, chronologer of rock urban myth legend stuff. The intended meaning of that stupid club, referred to by Kurt Cobain's mother, is disputed. In his analysis of how her, quote, helped popularize 27 Club, Eric Celticast, author of The 27's The Greatest Myth of Rock and Roll, asserted that she was actually referring to the tragic family matter of Cobain's two uncles and his great-uncle, all of whom had committed suicide. Other contemporary journalists linked her quote to the then-recent heroin-related deaths of fellow young Seattle rock musicians Stephanie Sargent of 7 Year Bitch and Andrew Wood of Mother Love Bone, who both died at the age of 24. Cross himself dismissed that absurd notion that Kurt Cobain intentionally timed his death so he could join the 27 Club, knowing that Kurt Cobain had nearly died from drug overdoses on at least 24 occasions in the year before his death and made several previous suicide attempts at various ages. In 2011, 17 years after Kurt Cobain died, Amy Winehouse died at the age of 27, promptly and a renewed swell of media attention devoted to the 27 Club. 3 years earlier, Winehouse's personal assistant, Alex Haynes, told the British press that Winehouse, who was then 25, feared that she would join Jim Morrison, Brian Jones, and Kurt Cobain in dying at 27. She reckoned she would join the 27 Club of rock stars who died at that age. She told me, "I have a feeling I'm gonna die young." Who would have known that she'd be right? Now that we have that all out of the way, what does it have to do with Shirori's experience? Shirori Experience, Shimi na Watashi to na Oji-san, is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Yuko Osada and Kazuya Mashina. It has been serialized in Square Enix's seinen manga magazine monthly Big Ganen since October of 2013. The plot of the whole manga is that Shirori Honda is a high school English teacher whose teenage dreams of becoming a guitarist were cut short when her older brother, a guitarist himself, ran away from home and saddled the family with his 20 million yen debt. This caused Shiori to become disillusioned with her dream, though 10 years later, upon her 27th birthday, Shiori suddenly finds herself haunted by the spirit of the legendary guitarist Jimi Hendrix, one of the originating members of the 27 Club. She soon learns that from him that if she fails to become a legend within a year, she will die. With the famous musician spirit as her mentor, Shiori sets out to assemble a band and make a name for herself. The first 2 volumes were released on November 27th of 2014, and as of October 25th of 2023, 21 volumes have been released. So this has been going on for quite a while now, the latest being May 25th of 2024. I've been trying to find the books, but I only found the first one on Amazon. According to Reddit, Kurt is in the manga, but he appears as cameos in chapters 24 to 31. But that's basically it. If this manga is so good, why hasn't it gotten an anime yet? Well, the answer to that is pretty simple. And I got that from Reddit, so I'm gonna trust this. As for why it can be made into an anime, the issues with the Hendrix estate as well as Kurt Cobain, the other music stand are probably the biggest. But as for why this person think it shouldn't be getting a manga is because it's about music. Notes and lyrics are rarely displayed. It's all displayed via posing and energy. Entire chapters have no dialogue because they're playing a song. Their big song Jack has like 4 versions with 4 various instruments, with Jimmy saying how each one enhances it. And if that anime staff doesn't have some SSS composers, and I think it would kind of feel flat. Hey, it makes sense. And I do agree with the music part, because what if the manga's still going, so I don't know if they're going to include more members of the 27 Club, but what if, they include Janice or even Jim Morrison or Amy Winehouse. Bring her in. The point is that while this is a really good manga, it's never going to get an anime, and we kind of have to just accept that. I mean, besides the problems with the Hendrix estate probably not approving of it, the bitch that owns all of Kurt's stuff wouldn't want an anime about Kurt Cobain being a ghost because she wouldn't even be in it. Sorry. I let the hatred out. I shouldn't have done that. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're gonna start reading the manga now. If you guys don't have a manga collection yet, I would start with probably Shirori's Experience. Although if you want to be sad, start with Banana Fish, because I'm gonna try starting my Banana Fish collection, because All I have for anime is like the first 2 volumes of Attack on Titan, the first 2 volumes of Sailor Moon, and I think the first 2 volumes for Promised Neverland. So I'm not really good at collecting manga, but if I could, I'd buy Shirori's Experience, so I highly recommend it. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and next video actually will be about anime, because a certain anime, it's never gonna die. It's like a Titan. See, I spoiled myself. Bye. Before the video ends, I would like to recommend a video from Jason PVA about why Shirori's Experience will never get a anime. I just thought y'all would want to watch that to figure it out. I'm going to link a bunch of videos in the description, like 3 videos about Shirori's Experience, so yeah.
Yep, salesman boy on the street, whether it's hot or cold. It's a salesman where you work real hard till every part is sold. Salesman, as the years go by, people changing every day. Hey, salesman, to the end of time, you'll be living in the same way. You always wear a smile, you love him fast and you live wild. Short lifespan, but ain't life grand. Copper kettles, different kinds of tin. There goes salesman and he's sailing high again. He said it's a high, he's sailing so high. He's sailing so high.